Hey kids, thanks for joining us for one of our Simple Science Studies, a series where we do simple science experiments that you can try at home too. Have you ever wondered why you have to use soap when you wash your hands? Well, today I'm going to show you. Here's what you need for a simple science study: a bowl of water, a little bit of soap, and some black pepper. These are going to be our germs. First, you're going to fill this bowl with water, just like that, and then we're going to add some of our germs into the water. Go ahead and fill that bowl with those germs. And now for the fun part. I want you to see what happens when I stick my finger into the bowl of water with the germs. Oh no! Look at all those germs. My finger is covered and now they're stuck to me. So if I had a snack or touched my face, those germs would get onto my body or onto somebody else. So let's reset. Now what's gonna happen is before we dip my finger back into the bowl and I'm gonna reload those germs, we're going to stick our finger into the soap before dipping it into the water. What do you think is going to happen? Make your predictions. Are you ready? This is the fun part. Let's see. The germs couldn't get away from my finger fast enough. Did you see that? They just went right away. How amazing is that? I mean, just a little bit of soap, boom, kept the germs away. Now you can see why it's so important to use soap when washing those hands. And real germs are too tiny for us to see with our eyes. So you have to scrub your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds to make sure that you get all of them off. Happy hand washing. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe so you can catch our next simple science study. In fact, you're going to want to prepare your taste buds and curiosity because our next experiment is all about Skittles and we're going to explore the magic of rainbow colors. Stick around to learn more about what germs are, how they spread, and what we can do to help protect ourselves. Did you know that there's a tiny group of trespassers that can make our bodies sick? They're called germs. So what are germs? Some of you may think that germs are bugs or just gross stuff, but germs are tiny organisms, which are living things, that can cause disease. Not all germs are bad though, and some actually help us. Germs are so small and very sneaky, they can creep into our bodies without knowing. In fact, you need a special tool called a microscope to see them. That's how tiny they are. Germs are found everywhere. They can invade plants, animals, and people. And sometimes they make us sick. There are 4 major types of germs: bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoa. Bacteria are tiny, single-celled creatures that get nutrients from their environments in order to live. In some cases, that environment is a human. Bacteria can cause infections, and some infections that bacteria cause include ear infections, sore throats, and cavities. But not all bacteria are bad. Some bacteria are good for our bodies. They help keep things in balance. Good bacteria live inside our bodies and help us use the nutrients that we get in the food that we eat. Viruses need to be inside living cells to grow and reproduce. Most viruses can't survive very long if they're not inside a living thing like a plant, an animal, or a person. Whatever a virus lives in is called its host. When viruses get inside people's bodies, they can spread and make people sick. Viruses cause chickenpox, measles, flu, and other diseases. Fungi germs are tiny living things that are kind of like plants, but they don't have leaves or flowers. Some fungi germs help make food like breads and cheeses, while others could make us sick if they grow in the wrong places, like on our skin. They love to live in damp, warm places. An example of something caused by fungi is athlete's foot. It's that itchy rash that people sometimes get between their toes. Like bacteria and viruses, protozoa are single-celled organisms. And like fungi, they love moisture and many spread through water. Some protozoa cause stomach bugs, diarrhea, and belly pain. So what do all these germs do? If they invade our bodies, they can snuggle up for a long stay. And they eat up our nutrients and our energy. And then they can cause symptoms like fevers, sniffles, rashes, coughing, and stomach issues. Most germs are spread through the air, in sneezes or coughs. Germs can also spread in sweat, saliva, which is spit, and blood. Some pass from person to person by touching something that's contaminated, like shaking hands with somebody who has a cold and then touching your own nose. Gross. Do you remember the pepper from our experiment? We need to be careful. And don't be overwhelmed. Here are some helpful tips of how we can protect ourselves from germs. First and foremost, you want to make sure you wash your hands and wash them really well and often. Make sure that you wash your hands every time you cough or sneeze, before you eat or cook, after you use the bathroom, definitely, after you touch animals or pets, and after you play outside. There is a right way to wash our hands. So you're gonna wet your hands with water, then add some soap, and then you're gonna rub your hands together for at least 20 seconds, which is about how long it takes to sing the Camp Kate theme song. You should give it a try. Another tip of how to protect ourselves is by covering up. Have you ever heard, when you sneeze, use your sleeve? Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze and use your elbow, achoo, not your hands. Better yet, if you have a tissue, you could use that and then throw it away. My last tip is for you to take care of yourself. Well, what does that mean? Keep your immune system strong and healthy by eating healthy foods, getting plenty of exercise, and make sure that you get good sleep. All of these things will help you be prepared to fight off germs. I hope you learned a lot today, and if you'd like to take this study one step further, we have a printable to go along with it. Just click on the link in the description below and you can print it from home. And we have more simple science studies coming your way, so make sure you're subscribed to our channel so you don't miss them. It's been fun teaching you today, and now I encourage you to unplug and try your own experiments at home, with supervision, of course. See you next time. Achoo!